I'm ready for you to take over the slick.
Arizona,
Take over the oil slick. You have my permission.
And the immigration law. I'm sorry, family. I want to say this to you. You know, they continue talking about the police stereotyping, and it's illegal. If you know somebody's an illegal immigrant, turn their asses in. That's how I feel.
There goes your housekeeper.
If your name will piss you off, and you know they got Jose water in the yard, or the man from Egypt, or the man from Iraq, or wherever he came from, you know the man's not legal. He's not legal.
They're from Czechoslovakia.
Send him back. Him too. Send
and
him
Russia.
Back.
Name the ones without turbans.
We need to police our own country and protect ourselves because we don't know what these people might be doing. We're not trying to discriminate, but we're trying to avoid terrorists, and we're trying to avoid people who are abusing our system. They're benefiting from the tax breaks. They're benefiting from living in this Western civilization without putting into the system. Why should you benefit from the system when you're not putting into it? That's not right. So it's not us the fact that we want to discriminate against you. We want your contribution, not just living here, but being a contributor to the system. If you don't have a Social Security number, if you're not indoctrinated in the process of going down to immigration, learning the test, passing the test, going through whatever process that it takes, you cannot continue to live here 15, 20, 30 years and not think that you can still do what you're doing. Macho Sauce, what do you feel about that?
Hey, the bottom line for me is that I know that when they come over here, what are we calling them now? We're calling them
aliens.
We're calling them undocumented Democrats.
Ooh.
We're not even calling them undocumented workers. We're calling them
undocumented Democrats.
Right? Because when they come over here, that's where they're going to vote. Because you know the Democrats are trying to attract their vote. That's why they're not saying anything about it. And my whole thing is, the bottom line for me is I know that they're leaving their country to come over here to elect a government that's going to be just like the government.
Now. They're not going to be able to vote,
that's
you guys.
Right. That's what it comes down to.
What gets me is that, okay, obviously they're leaving their country because their government is very oppressive. I understand that. That really sucks. But I don't understand why it is that they leave an oppressive government to come over to take it out on us. They come over and try to call our government oppressive.
That's correct.
It's like,
and wave their flags. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
So what what I'm trying to understand is that when you have all these people who patronize them, it's like, well, why don't you guys take a united front? Because the first thing they'll say is well, you know, we would oppress our government. I mean, we would protest against our government, but obviously, you know, that's going to lead to a very bad place. Well, yeah, that should speak volumes to you. So I understand, yeah, you guys can't protest in your own country, but why do you come over here and protest ours? Won't you take all those citizens that patronize y'all,
preach it,
go down to where your country is,
go back,
and handle it, protest there, you know? But so I look at things like that, and I'm like, you know, if I can get it, you know, that's the way I feel about it, you know, because, you know, I don't always think of myself as the sharpest knife in the drawer,
right?
But if I can get
You're pretty sharp, though.
Anybody can get it.
You're pretty sharp.
Now, I think it does serve to illustrate one of the problems, though, because, like we said, people say, well, look at them out there waving their flags. They come over. Now, what if I was to tell you that most of those people waving the flags were actually American citizens? And so you're mistakenly calling them, as the police will, illegal immigrants.
Now
so see, because in other words, what you're saying is the people waving the Mexican flags are immigrants that come over to protest. I said, as far as I've been checking, no one's documented those people, and the people that they did attempt to harass who were waving the flags were U.S. citizens. They happen to be those ones that you're mistakenly calling illegal.
From Africa?
I'm talking about when you see the people waving the Mexican flag, the majority of those people are actually U.S. citizens, not illegals.
Okay, well, see, that's that's
why they're there. No, you made the assumption they were illegal.
If they were true American citizens, they would be wearing the flag. You don't wear
no. Who says so? Who says so?
If they want to wave the, and if they're
I wave the Rasta flag.
That's all good.
You're going to demand rights in America with a Mexican flag. That don't make no sense.
Sure, you can. Actually, it says that I can demand rights in America. Whatever the goddamn flag I feel. That's my American right. That's actually, see, the fascists always come masquerading as patriots, trying to take away your rights. I am an American. If I feel like today, taking a Mexican flag and waving it, it's none of your damn business.
You know what? Take your damn ass back.
Take it back to Compton. Take it back. But see, that's what I'm saying. See, this so it's like one of them things. You have rights. Just watch out about using your rights.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, like I said before, family, illegal immigration is something that's going to aliens. They're aliens that we need to have deported back. Apparently, the police are going to be grilled and fried and watched on several issues with this. All I'm asking you to do in Arizona and other states, if you know that these people are here illegally, we need to ask them to step down and go back, or either go and get themselves registered. Because as we continue to have challenges in America and hardship, you know, these are resources that could be going towards us. There are some people who are in college right now, they're not legal, and they're getting deported back. There are people throughout the state of California right now being deported back. And even though you don't hear about it in the news, you hear it on HipHopRepublican.tv, and we're letting you know in California they're deporting them. So, you know, we're not trying to discriminate against Mexicans, Latinos, Armenians, or whatever you come from. Whatever country you come from. The bottom line, you have to do it legally. I've stated this before. In America, you have to have a birth certificate. That's the paper that we have to have. You want to drive around, you have to have an ID or a driver's license to drive in the state of California. You want to have a job, you have to have a Social Security card to be in the United States of America. California, the states, all throughout the states, there are paperwork that need to be in place. If we don't have our paperwork in place, they come after us. So what makes you think that you get special privileges when you don't? I don't appreciate people on TV bragging about, I don't have nothing, I'm going to do whatever I want. They should send your ass back. I don't want you here. I don't want you waving. I was watching Shakira, and I like Shakira. She's a good singer, performer. She says that I don't have my papers right now. She's bragging about not having papers in an interview. I was like, how could you be bragging about it? You should be quiet. They should have picked her ass up and deport her right back to Shakira land and just leave her music and shake her ass right on out. You know, don't be bragging about coming in America and about you don't have no papers. I guarantee you in 5 years from now, we need to deport every illegal immigrant that continues to reap the benefits of America but not put back into it.
Can I ask a question? How long has this immigration thing been going on? How many years has it been like? Why is it so important right now?
It has built up to this point. You know, in California, they had the Minutemen. We had our issues, and the Republican Party has been on top of this for several years. And the Minutemen have basically been on the border, and we've been trying to structure a better security base on the border lines because there have been some loopholes in the fence and people coming over, as you know, in trunks and in cars and creating cars that allow you to hide people. So this is nothing new. So but what happens is when you just that little net on the fly on the wall, right, it has build. So now we're at where we're at. This is nothing overnight.
No, I didn't say it was.
But there's no country in this world that has secured its borders with fences. It's actually fairly physically impossible to do.
Well, you know what? The part of she made
you cannot secure any country's borders when it comes to what the public think is secure. Like every place you go, there's a wall and a fence.
The bottom line is you have to do things legally. You have to go through the paper process and the legal procedures to become a citizen of the United States.
Yeah, but it turns out that those fences that were made weren't necessarily to keep people from coming in. They were to keep people from getting out.
That's cold. That's cold.
Hey, well, that's the truth. That's right. Hey, in other words, that's why I say we need we need to enforce a national policy. One thing even us radical leftists don't like is that when you let issues like this stew. No. Wait. I'm not supporting the president on this, Shirley, but I haven't supported the president. What I'm saying is this: the reason why us leftists don't like this is because these are the kind of issues that fuel all the disruption, and we think it leads to being a distraction. See, in other words, we need to have a national policy on immigration so it can be handled some kind of a way where we can move it off the debate front. Because there's other things that are so much more important to get to. And we should, as a country, we should at least deal with this as a country. All of us agree, because this would stop all this fighting. It doesn't help anybody to have us boycotting Arizona or talking about all these things, which are actually more show. Because boycotts don't actually ever really affect who you think. It's all show again. And so we need to get beyond this, and that's why I'm for the president. I agree. I see a lack of leadership, but I'm for having a national policy. We need some real leadership.
Just as Shirley said, you know, we have one. It's just not being enforced.
It's not being enforced.
You know, that's and agreeable, man. It's we need to come together and say, hey, you know what?
That's right.
We got this law in place. There are